on a very cold, breezy day at Belmont. Soft 5, the ground, the light blinks. Punters have backed Wind in the Line. One of the debutantes, they're off, they're racing and seem to jump a little awkwardly. Nickel Play found itself back toward the tail with RWWA. Nicky Motor, Live Lucky, sprung the gates together. They're going to pull each other on, and Wind in the Line's going to slot straight across now for Parnham to be up there in third spot, or on the outside of Daytona Pete. Scenic George trapped a little bit deep early, followed by the Agency, then came Cashflow and RWWA, and last is Nickel Play. At the 450 towards the home turn, the newcomer Nicky Motor with the company of Live Lucky. Over on the outside, making a line of 3, Scenic George as they set sail for home. Wind in the Line behind those, looking for a bit of daylight at this stage. The same for Daytona Peak. Cashflow's immediately under pressure. Live Lucky, and over on the inside, Nicky Motor still going together, but now Wind in the Line gets around their heels and quickly tackles them, reaches the lead. RWWA runs on further back, but boy, look at this go. Wind in the Line opening right up there, sprints away with a brilliant debut win. Wind in the Line might be something a little bit special under the hood there with Wind in the Line. Beat RWWA. Gee, a nice run. Nickel Play from well off them after being slowly away. Right down the outskirts in the mix for third. Cashflow, Scenic George. Behind those, next of all, pulling up Daytona Pete. Then the Agency, and the two horses that got involved in that battle up in front, Live Lucky and also Nicky Motor, have pulled up to finish back there at the tail end of proceedings. Well, that was an ultra-professional display by Wind in the Line for Chris Parnham. And the written by youngster gives Wally Daly another individual 2-year-old winner. Sharp performance. They set it up probably to some degree. Live Lucky and Nicky Motor pairing off in front. They're both high-speed running types of fillies. And this gelding Wind in the Line was able to sit in behind them. Chris Parnham seizing the opportunity, dashing it through between Live Lucky and Scenic George. Nicky Motor couldn't go on, and down the outside, running on very well RWWA, as well as Scenic George, and Nickel Play was a run also to mark down as one to follow. After being a clear last on the turn, she got home particularly well, but it's all about Wind in the Line here. Creates something of an impression at its first start out of Mandalong Sierra, a daughter of Sebring, and another 2-year-old winner in the pink, royal blue, black colours for Wally Daly and Sean and Jake Casey as well. Chris Parnham in the saddle. 3 lengths was the winning margin. It was an emphatic victory, 3 by 1 length. Had done everything right in the trials there, came here professional and has delivered. 58.78 there, the time 34.51 the last 600, but plenty to like about what we've seen with Wind in the Line here at its first start this afternoon. Number 6, RWWA second by Rommel from Roberta, Corrine Maynard, Patrick Carberry and Scenic George. Another very consistent run here by the Snippet Son gelding from Via Regina, trained by Dan and Ben Pearce and ridden by Clint Johnston Porter. 5-6-1-9 interim placings after the opening event for the day. Punters getting it right. 350 into 260, jump 280 SP. Wind and the Line. RWWA $21, a big drifter in the market. Scenic George was late into 650. Race 2. And in the next there are no changes. Let's go to Lockie. He joins us down in the winner's enclosure. And that's something that we've become very accustomed to seeing of Wally Daly's 2-year-olds in those colours there, the pink, royal blue and black, as he produces another one there in his livery this afternoon with Sean and Jake Casey. A sharp performance.
Absolutely, Darren. The Daly family and also Sean and Jake Casey have had a really good time of it with these 2-year-olds in the last few seasons, and this is yet another example of that. Wind in the Line on debut. What a stylish performance that was. Winning co-trainer Jake Casey joins me now. Jake, Wind in the Line, I'm not sure what the expectations were of him coming into today, but he looks well and truly like an Ascot Carnival horse off the back of that performance.
Yeah, off that, no, he was very impressive. Yeah, we thought he'd go well today, but yeah, no, it's probably better than what we thought.
Were you concerned at some stages in the run, the speed slackened and there wasn't many lengths between the field, which meant that he was in between runners, but to the horse's credit, he appeared to handle it really nicely?
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, yeah, he was in a good spot, and I guess it was just a case of waiting if the gap came, and it did. And yeah, he was good enough to take it, and he went on with it.
Over the last few months, we've seen horses like West Star and September Born for Neville Parnham and Simon Miller have little cameo appearances here throughout the winter. What's the plan with him? Does he go out for a break now and be set for something better throughout the Ascot Carnival?
Yeah, there was a plan before today, so yeah, we'll let the dust settle, but I'd say he'll be going to the paddock now.
What do you make of Siberian Siren and Memory Parade's chances in race 4 later today?
Yeah, really good. I'm pretty happy with Siberian Siren. It's probably the best she's prepped up, and yeah, I think she's forward and fresh enough to go well in 12 today. Yeah, we wanted to separate in distance, but I think it's going to be a good starting point for her.
Great way to start the day. Well done here.
Thank you.
There's Jake Casey combining with his father Neville, and here's Chris Parnham catching up with Scotty.
Just jumping off the scales now, and then we'll get a word on the very impressive debut victory of Wind and the Lion. Chris, it's Wind to 2-year-old racing, but it looks like we've found another nice one there.
Yeah, nice horse. Obviously, first starting a race and had to sort of go in behind him. I thought before the race I'd be outside the leader, but there's a little bit more pressure early than I thought there would be, and then we were just in a bit of an awkward spot, but yeah, it was a good win.
Gee, as soon as that gap came, he took it really impressively and skipped away from them in the end.
Yeah, it was an impressive win, so yeah, his future looks bright.
Now, I heard you on the radio yesterday say that this was your best ride of the day, the one that you're most looking forward to. Is there one more now that that one's done and dusted?
I actually don't mind Sylverian Siren as well a bit later on. Probably like this one a bit more, but yeah, I think that horse got a good chance, and I think Pearly Nugget finds a nice race again in the next, so hoping for a bit of luck.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
There's Chris Parnham combining with Sean and Jake Casey and a Wind and the Lion to take out the Schweppes plate here at Belmont Park.
For the boys to